Hello and welcome to my unboxing and reboxing video of Ezra and Nehemiah. This is a game I've been very excited to play. It is for 1 to 4 players. I've heard good things about it for multiplayer and for solo play. So looking inside the box here, after we have removed the plastic wrap, the first thing that we have an advertisement for other titles from Garphill Games and Renegade Game Studios. We have Raiders of the North Sea, Architects of the West Kingdom, Wayfarers of the South Tigris, and Hadrian's Wall, all of which I have in stock now and I'm looking forward to unboxing and getting to play. So first we have a very thick rule book here. This rule book is 40 pages long. It includes an awful lot of It has an introduction, it has a lot of rules, lots of nice pictures, explanations of setup, and all of the actions that are used. So this is a very hefty rule book here. Next, we have a linen-like bag, not sure if it's actually linen, but a open weave bag here of some natural fiber. It's not included on the components list though, here as I'm trying to see what we have. Next, we have, it looks like these are 4 player boards here. They are the same and they look like this. On the back, they're black. Then we have this board, which maybe it's the solo board. So this board is the solo board. This is for solo play. And it has 2 sides here. Then we have the game board. And looking at the game board here, the game board is a decent sized board. It is about 6 times the size of the box because it folds in half and then into thirds. Next, we have several bags for being able to split up our components, which is great. These are our worker meeples. They are person shaped, and it says there are 2 white plus 16 in each player color. I am going to split these up by color in a minute here. Then we have 12 blessing markers, 4 in each color, plus the 2 prophets, Zechariah and Haggai, that are gray and dark black and dark gray. Then we have 4 tents, 1 in each player color, and 4 victory point markers, 1 in each player color, and 4 altar markers, 1 in each player color. And they are all here. The altar markers are these little flames, the tents are the more triangular ones, and the VP markers are the rounded squares. Then we have our 104 resources, 30 stone, 24 cinders, 20 gold, and 30 wood. These are just small blocks, small cubes. And then we have some cards here. We have 2 wrapped decks of cards, and then we have several punch boards. So first, let's go through the punch boards here. On this punch board, we have some of our coins. It says there's going to be 40 of these coins that are worth 1 silver. So I have 6, 12, 18, 24. And then on these, I have 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, and the last one, 40. Then also on this board, and that's what they look like. Also on this board here, we have some of our development tiles here. It says there are 20 development tiles, 4 guards, 4 laborers, 4 farmers, 4 traders, and 4 elders. There's 1 of each on this board. And then these next 3 boards also have 1 of each. They have slightly different numbers on them. Then we have these tiles. So these are the scroll tiles. It says, so on the back of these are different on the back actually for those tiles that we just saw. Then on these here, we have 8 gold scroll tiles, 22 wood and 3 stone. This is what they look like on the other side here. And here we have 1 of our 10 pouches that are worth 5 silver. So this is a coin pouch. Then here we have, it looks like 11 of our wood tiles with another coin pouch. This is what it looks like on the other side. And then we have another 11 of our wood tiles with a 5 silver coins token. And then we have one of the player aid cards, I think. There are 4 player aids, and so we have 4 of these here because they tell you what to do on each turn. And on the back, they have more information. Prepare for Sabbath, Sabbath, after Sabbath, and endgame scoring. On the side of these punch boards, we have our bread. There should be 40 bread of these singles here. So we have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40 on these 5 here. There should have just been 4 player aids, but I see, okay. This one is for the solo mode, so it's different here. It still says on each turn at the top, but the information is different that's provided for it. Then we have our remaining 5 pouches of silver, as well as our 5 pouches of bread. There should be 10 of these baskets of bread and 10 pouches total. And then this board here is the temple mount, I believe. This is the temple mount. And at the top here is a horn, shofar, 1 shofar. That's the word for it. I knew there was a word for it. And it is the first player marker. Oh, there was a label for the bag and it just blended in with the page, so I missed it. This is called the rubble bag. This is 1 rubble bag. Then looking at our cards here, of these cards, we have some with a yellow tint, some with a blue tint, some with a red tint, some with a purple tint here. And so they have different things on them for each color. Then we have, these are theme cards for the solo mode. There's 6 of these. They look something like this. And then there are 2 altar cards here. They look like this. And they're different on the back. And then we have 6 neutral wall tiles. That's what these are. These are neutral wall tiles. They look very similar on the front and the back. And then we have our 6 gate cards here. We have the water gate, valley gate, fish gate, dung gate, muster gate, and east gate. And then we have the focus cards for the solo mode. they look like this. Next, we have our larger cards, and this is where we should have our 40 character cards, 10 in each player color. The wall cards, these cards here that were in the different colors, those are for each player color. 12 of each player color for those wall cards. For these cards here, we have 40 character cards, 10 in each player color. So again, on the back here, we have all the purple cards, and then we have all the blue cards, and we have all the yellow cards, and we have all the red cards. And on the front, they look like this. Different characters with different qualities. Then we have our 3 hero cards. We have Zerubbabel, Ezra, and Nehemiah. And they are the same on both sides, it looks like. And then we have 1 setup card. So now it's time to punch out our tokens and figure out how we're going to store everything. So now that I have punched out all the tokens, the first thing we're going to put in the box is the board because it's flat. And the rest of these boards as well. And these are also big. It looks like they actually, do they fit over here? Not quite, almost. They almost fit there. Everything else is square, yeah. They almost fit down the side of the box, but not quite. Now let's see how many bags I have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know I wanted to repack these into the colors. So I'm going to take a peek at setup just to see. Okay. So each player gets the pieces of their color plus the cards for their color. So I'm going to go ahead and split these up by color here. So the blessing markers definitely are not the same color as the people. Interesting. But they are for the other ones, just not for this color. Okay. Actually, that's a really good point. It says 12 blessing markers, 4 in each color. These are not the same color because they're not the same, they're not per player. They're just in each color. That's what's going on here. That's why there's no blue ones. And that's why these orange ones are a different color than the yellow, because they aren't for that player. The blessings just are their separate thing. So I'm going to put them back in a bag. The other pieces that are white or gray or not for a specific character. Okay. The red and the purple is what threw me the most, I think, because the red and the purple do match. Okay, next we are going to put all the money in one bag. And I'm going to put all the bread in another bag. Okay, now let's see how we use that bag. Okay, so the rubble bag holds these most of the time. So I'm going to put these in the bag for storage. And this card for the temple mount can go down under here. Now I'm going to use this bag. Oops, there's one more piece here. Go in. I'm going to use this for the scrolls. Keep them somewhat contained. And don't know if these will fit in a bag or not. Let's see how many bags I have left and what I can do with them here. I think to keep them from becoming a mess, I do want to bag the cards. Okay, and now I have enough bags left for these tiles here. Since this was supposed to be enough for one per player, I'm wondering if I should put them in with the colors. But it doesn't say that that's the case. So I guess until I play it, I'm not going to know for sure. I'm going to take these larger ones here. And then I just have the shofar and Nehemiah, Zerubbabel, and Ezra to put in a little bag here just for storage. The box is really badly arranged now because the lid isn't going to go on, the rules aren't going to go in. So I'm going to pull everything back out, but at least it's containerized. And see how I can rearrange these items. Okay. So this is square. Let's see. Oh, that does fit very differently if I do it that way. Okay. Let's see. Does that make room for these to go down in the edge now if I do that? Yes. So if I turn it so that the sides line up for those, then these can go down here, which makes a lot more room. I can go ahead and put the rules in so they stay flat. This temple board. And then I can put the tiles and the more solid things, the cards in here. And then all of these pieces. But honestly, this is a really tight fit and I might rebox this into a different box. But for now, everything does fit enough that I can close the lid. Thank you for coming with me to this unboxing and reboxing of Ezra and Nehemiah. If there is something that you do different about how you store the game, please let me know. How could I have boxed this up better because it clearly doesn't want to fit once you've punched everything out? Thank you for joining us, and if this was useful to you at all, please give us a like and a subscribe. Thanks.